Hi guys, it's Jason here from Godlike Productions once more, and doing some more H9000 maintenance this time. I'm going to take you through the installation of the processor, the new processors. So by the time you see this video, the processors will be out. So we have 4 new processor boards. They also ship with your processors. There will be a. It'll also come with some standoffs and some screws and stuff, and some little stands if yours hasn't got them. Unfortunately, mine didn't ship with them. Mainly because I got them a little bit early. But yes, I'm going to take you through the installation procedure. It's similar to the old one. Important, we've got our static strap. Right, same as before. Start off by taking the lid off our H9000. Right, unfortunately one of my screws is a little bit stripped. Right, lid comes off. What we can see is these are the 4 processor boards here that we are going to replace. Right, so first up, let's connect the static strap. Right, they're the new processor boards. Okay, so the new processor boards, as you can see, don't have heat sinks on them. The old ones do. So I'll get some confirmation from Eventide about whether the heat sink should be on there or not. But I'm assuming that when you've received your pack, the processor boards should be all ready to pop in. So if you do have, there are some screws that are down in here. So what Eventide have done is that there are some standoffs for some little brackets that actually help hold these in. So if you're on if you're mobile and this is getting gigged and stuff like that, it just helps hold those processor boards in. I have confirmed with them it's not absolutely critical that you have them, but it's just an extra security precaution just to make sure the boards don't come out if you are gigging and traveling with them. Okay, so the new boards just go in, you just orientate them the same way the old ones were. Processor at the front, pop them into the slot, so it's a little bit like adding a DIMM slot, and then just pop them in. And they need a little bit of force. A lot of force. Okay, make sure your two little tabs snap in. Okay, so that's the first one done. There's a considerable amount of force needed to push these in. It's much harder than DIMM slots, which I guess is good because it holds them in. It's just that the board's quite tight. So number 3, let's put this one away. Once you've finished this upgrade, there's a file that needs to be copied onto the USB drive, or 2 files. Needs to be copied onto the USB drive, and the needs to be H9000 needs to be launched into recovery mode, and it will install the updates. I've been assured that you only need to do that the first time. After that, it's a normal upgrade process through Emote. You will need a new version of Emote also, which still works with the old version of the H9000, but it will also supports these new processor boards. Just changed over cameras again. Hopefully I can get the footage that we did before, otherwise I don't know, might have to do it all again. Right, so number 4, let's pop that board out. I'll just do a comparison of the boards for this camera as well. So we've got the old, that's the old board there, compared to the new board on top. Flip them around, and the other side, hold it that way. Right, so again, we just pop them into the slot, and needs quite a bit of force to push these in. Alright, so that's the new processor boards installed. I will get confirmation about the situation with the heat sinks, and I'll record a little bit to add to the video. Okay, so now if you have the brackets to hold these in, you need to pull out there's 4 screws here that need to come out, and then there's a standoff, and then there's a little bracket that goes on, and you need to screw that back in. But there will be a kit that comes inside the box when these get shipped that'll have that in, and that's just an extra reassurance that these don't come loose. Though the amount of force I had to put in, you would have to give this an almighty jolt to be doing that. Alright, time to put the lid back on. So just a tip for your lid, you see there's a little tiny notch in the side that goes towards the front of the unit. One of these stripped out. Okay, so that's all put back on. We'll relocate to the studio. I will reinstall this, and then I'll show you the boot up procedure for to install the new firmware. Okay, so I will see you in the studio in a sec. Alright, so onto the USB stick, you need to copy, there's a zip file that you'll get, and you need to copy, there's a file called USB-updater.sqz and a file called USB-updater-info.xml. They need to be copied onto the root drive of USB stick, or the USB that came with the H9000, which I've done there. And then when we start up, we need to hold down the check and the X button while we power on. So let's just do that. Should be booting into recovery mode now. It says preparing to set up the H9000's updater. So just need to follow the on-screen instructions. Copying H9000 updater. Please don't turn off the H9000 or turn off your H9000. It's my H9000, but don't turn yours off either. So we'll let this do its thing. So it says H9000 firmware update. A valid release was found on the connected USB device. Use the lower soft keys to install or cancel. So we're going to go download and install on the left. Please confirm that you want to install the release from USB. And we're going to tick the yes for OK. Okay, so now it's saying installing update. Please don't turn off your H9000.
Alright, well the boot time doesn't seem to have improved much. Alright, we now have the 4 DSP modules, so you can see that we've got the Rev 2 DSP modules in there. They're all recognised, so everything went well. Got the new firmware 3.0.9 build 31. That may be different by the time you guys get it, and to the MADI cards recognised. Right, let's connect up to the Right, so the good news is that all of the algorithms seem to have been maintained. I'm not sure what features we've got here. Still only load we still only load 4 algorithms per chain. So that hasn't changed. I'm not sure what goodies the upgraded processors will bring to us. So we will have to wait and see, and stay tuned for that. Alright guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will give a bit of an update as I learn a little bit more about what's required. Alright, see you guys.